It was a race against time. When a Singapore-flagged cargo ship with 21 Filipino sailors on board capsized in the South China Sea in January, China responded, saving the lives of more than a dozen people.
CG number one. CCG number one.
China's role in the South China Sea is often viewed through the lens of maritime tensions. But rescues like this point to a reality that is rarely reported. When lives are in danger at sea, who comes to help? We went behind the scenes of China's maritime search and rescue operations in one of the world's roughest seas. In Hainan, China's southernmost province, close to 30 organizations gather to train for maritime emergencies. This drill simulates a range of maritime emergencies: people overboard, the transfer and treatment of injured personnel, onboard fires, oil spills, and even the recovery of lost containers. In the South China Sea, any of these situations could quickly become a lot more complicated.
The South China Sea spans vast deep water areas and involves multiple neighboring countries, making the deployment of rescue resources especially challenging. Receiving distress signals can also be more difficult in such conditions. And as typhoon season approaches, the risks facing vessels navigating these waters increase significantly.
Getting help where it's needed requires that ships, aircraft, rescue teams, and government agencies work together. Sun Yuxiang from the Sansha Maritime Rescue Coordination Center took me through a typical rescue in the South China Sea. That includes the January mission when a cargo ship capsized near Huangyendao, putting the lives of 21 Filipino crew members at risk.
First, we verified the emergency. Based on the initial reports, we determined that the vessel, carrying nickel ore, was at high risk of capsizing. After confirming the situation, we alerted relevant authorities, including the South China Sea Rescue Bureau. We also issued a navigation warning to passing merchant vessels and coordinated with rescue centers in Hong Kong, Hainan, and other agencies to launch a joint response.
Each agency has a specific role in the response. For example, experts from China's Ministry of Natural Resources are tasked with narrowing the search area.
Finding someone in the open sea is like looking for a needle in a haystack. That's why drift prediction is essential. We rely on environmental data such as wind, ocean currents, and waves to predict drift paths. So, instead of searching the entire ocean, we're searching a defined zone, which improves the chances of finding survivors.
At sea, every minute can mean the difference between life and death. In this case, with multiple teams rushing to the scene, 2 Chinese Coast Guard vessels, the closest units, arrived within hours of the alert. They searched for survivors in harsh conditions, with strong gusts, waves over 3 meters, and poor nighttime visibility.
The crew were widely scattered. We couldn't locate them using radar. We had to rely on visual search, looking for the faint glow of life rafts and life jackets to find their positions.
Once life rafts were spotted, the rescue operation moved into its most critical phase, lifting the stranded sailors out of the water.
Given they had been drifting for at least 6 hours, they were likely exhausted or unconscious and unable to self-rescue with life rafts. We secured ourselves to the ship with ropes, jumped into the sea, tied the survivors, and were pulled back aboard together by the crew on deck.
Thanks to joint efforts involving Chinese rescuers, the Philippine Coast Guard, and other international vessels, 17 people were recovered from the sea. 15 survived. The surviving crew members were full of gratitude.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir, good luck to you. Thank you for saving our lives. Give me 5, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you
Rescue officials say they're driven by a commitment to build the South China Sea into a sea of peace, friendship, and cooperation, a commitment that transcends nationality.
As the rescue force in this region, our job is to keep all mariners and vessels safe and provide effective help when emergencies occur. We do not distinguish by nationality. Whenever anyone is in danger at sea, we coordinate rescue efforts. This is the international responsibility our country upholds in the South China Sea.
Maritime safety goes beyond politics and rhetoric. When lives are at stake, what matters most is action. And that's a responsibility China has shown it's prepared to shoulder.